Well, people, this was one of those days when I got a 2-for-1. That is, I went to study a particular issue, specifically what Trump was talking about today at Mar-a-Lago. And I saw something else that I told myself, a little bit later, I want you to check it out, Pearson, because I believe it's speaking. And I'm going to tell you why. Donald Trump, during his conference today, if you will, he said a lot. He said how he was contemplating dealing with Greenland, right? And the sun was over there. He also talked about the Middle East and how he was going to handle Hamas. He even introduced the negotiator that he has over there. I'm like, okay, let me just go ahead and do this first video first. And I'll get back on it. But it kind of shook me, people. It shook me because, like you, I don't like, let's be blunt, I don't like war. But Trump reiterated what he has been saying for a while. If the hostages are not released by inauguration day, there will be hell to pay. Now, people, we're only talking, 14, 13 more days now. I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay. Now, let me begin. I want to run a quick video here. And let me see if you see something. Because in this 1 minute piece, this is what tipped it off for me.
In other news, Donald Trump Jr. arrives in Greenland. This comes after comments made by President-elect Donald Trump expressing his desire to acquire that Arctic territory. And of course, it is an area of strategic importance for the U.S., China, Russia, and others. Donald Trump Jr. posting on social media, the platform X, Greenland coming in hot, well, actually really, really cold. So President-elect Donald Trump, his oldest son, visited the mineral-rich Danish territory. As Trump said, quote, "We are going to treat you well." Greenland is home to a large military base, heightened speculation that the incoming U.S. administration could seek to acquire it. Also posting this picture there on social media as well, talking about this most
So I pointed out on purpose to give you guys a hint. As soon as I saw a Schwarzenegger doll in the cockpit,
area of strategic importance for the U.S., China, Russia, and others. Donald Trump Jr. posting on social.
As soon as I saw this, I jokingly told myself, why do they have a Schwarzenegger doll in the cockpit? Who carries around a Arnold Schwarzenegger Donald Trump Terminator doll? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Is that what that is? It looks like a Terminator doll. And I'm like, Pearson, that couldn't be. I'm like, no, I think that's what that is. I think it's a Terminator doll. Would you not agree? So, after I got through funning with myself, I'm like, Pearson, it's not funny. You know good and well, nobody carries around I mean, it's possible, but why is there a Terminator doll there? Then I thought about the words he said. Greenland coming in hot. As in, I guess they're talking to the air base that they're coming in any second to land. But then he says, Greenland coming in hot. Well, actually, really, really cold. Because it's Arctic air. It's cold there in Greenland. But to me, they're playing with us. They have a play on words. Greenland, forget about Greenland, just coming in hot. You feel me? Coming in hot. We're going to get back to that. But again, let's look at this thing. Is this... I think that's a Schwarzenegger doll. I think that's the Terminator doll. And I'm wondering, I mean, he got the pistol with him, don't he? Well, there are some things that Trump said as his son was landing. And this is what I mean by the 2-for-1. I'm covering the video of his son going to Greenland, yet I'm seeing this and I'm wondering. Then I hear this when I finished my research on my first video. This is what I hear. Reporters asked Trump at his conference in Mar-a-Lago about the Middle East and negotiation with Hamas.
All hell will
Before
be
I
paid.
take office.
All hell must be paid if they don't release the
You know what that
hostages.
means, don't you?
Well-
Do I have to define it for you? Look, all
No, I know
hell
you're not
will
gonna
break out.
telegraph
If
what-
those hostages aren't back, I don't want to hurt your negotiation. If they're not back by the time I get into office, all hell will break out in the Middle East.
Can you elaborate?
And it will not be good for Hamas, and it will not be good, frankly, for anyone. All hell will break out. I don't have to say anymore, but that's what it is. And they should have given them back a long time. They should have never taken them. There should have never been the attack of October 7th. People forget that. Steve's got a job to do. He's a great guy, great negotiator, great person. They respect him over there already. But we have the right person. But I tell this, I don't want to hurt the negotiation. If the deal isn't done before I take office, which is now going to be 2 weeks, all hell will break out.
And when I heard that, I'm like, Pearson, that's got to be the Terminator. That's got to be the Terminator. So I ran with it. I'm like, okay, Terminator. Red and black, sacrifice, death. He's coming in hot. Coming in hot. In reverse reduction, coming in hot is 53. The 53rd day of the year, people, is February 222. So I'm glad I did run with it. Because you guys know, historically, 222, that ain't good. The beast of Revelation, the Antichrist system, the Antichrist Barack Obama. It's not good. Look, Donald John Trump Sr., 222. 7th King Trump, 222. The beast of Revelation, 222. Antichrist system, 222. February 22nd. February is 2, then 22. Now here's Arnold Schwarzenegger himself. Birthday, July 30th, 1947. Say July 30th, 2025, have a birthday coming up versus Trump's next birthday, 6/14/2025. The difference is 46. 46, like I said before, George Orwell, George Floyd, JFK, they all met their demise at 46 years old. Do you follow me? Now you take 10/26/2024. What is 10/26? Well, on 10/26, that's when the movie Terminator came out. Terminator. October 26, 10/26. Take 10/26/2024, subtract it from today's date, 1/7/2025. The difference is 2 months, 1 week, 6 days. What is 2/16? The 216th day of the year, people, is August 4th. August 4th, 2/16. Who was born August 4th? Look at that. It's deep, y'all. Is all this coincidence? Now listen to Trump as he actually dealt with this, because he's going to introduce his negotiator. Listen.
If I can, Steve? Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. President.
Now, before he introduced him, he said he didn't know Steve was in the audience. I don't believe that. This man is a negotiator for the Middle East peace situation. His name, this is his name, Steve Witkoff. And Trump said, and I'll put this in the description, the whole video. He said he didn't know he was in an audience. Well, with all the clearance that you have to get in Mar-a-Lago, you're gonna tell me Trump didn't know he was there? I'm not believing it. Listen to this.
Wow. Well, I think we're making a lot of progress, and I don't want to say too much because I think they're doing a really good job back in Doha. I'm leaving tomorrow back to go to Doha, but I think that we've had some really great progress, and I'm really hopeful that by the inaugural, we'll have some good things to announce on behalf of the president. I actually believe that we're working in tandem in a really good way, but it's the president, his reputation, the things that he has said that are driving this negotiation, and so hopefully it'll all work out and we'll save some lives. I believe we've been on the verge of it. I don't want to discuss sort of what's delayed it. There's no point to be negative in any way, but I think it's the president, his stature, what he said he expects, the red lines he's put out there. That's driving this negotiation. I'm going back probably either this evening or tomorrow night.
Are you confident there'll be a deal before January 20th, or is that something that's likely to happen? If there's a deal even at all, we've been hearing this now for the better part of.
I know. I would say.
They better be.
Right.
This is when Trump snapped. This is when he snapped. In fact, I believe he snapped twice. This is what he said.
All hell will
Before I
be paid.
take office.
All hell must be paid if they don't release the
You know what that
hostages.
means, don't you?
Well-
Do I have to define it for you? Look, all
No, I know
hell
you're not
will
gonna
break out.
telegraph
If
what-
those hostages aren't back, I don't want to hurt your negotiation. If they're not back by the time I get into office, all hell will break out in the Middle East.
Can you elaborate?
And it will not be good for Hamas, and it will not be good, frankly, for anyone. All hell will break out. I don't have to say anymore, but that's what it is. And they should have given them back a long time. They should have never taken them. There should have never been the attack of October 7th. People forget that.
It's deep, y'all. Steve Witkoff. Like he said, he'll be there tonight or tomorrow, negotiating this peace. Now, people, sometimes you look at things literally, sometimes you think of it figuratively, and sometimes you think, okay, at some point, quote unquote, all hell's gonna break loose. I've seen a lot of videos over the last 3-4 years, especially in relation to the Middle East, because you guys know I've shown you that I have been documenting. I've done a lot of articles for newspapers. I've shown you my receipts, and I keep hearing in relation to that scripture when they say, peace, peace, sudden destruction. I also hear that people are feeling that Christ will come soon in relation to that, because WW3 has to start at some point in relation to the Middle East. People, no man knows the day or the hour. All I can say is I do the videos and try to inform people, keep you abreast of what's going on. But I'll tell you this, we have 13 days. This don't look good. I want to have my life ready so that Christ decides to part those skies, that he can find me worthy enough to join him. The powers, I believe, they want WW3 because it will help with population control. It will help with fear, because fear is their main currency, so to speak, literally. And they need it for those two and other reasons. And the time has got to be at hand. Trump isn't backing down at all. You heard the tenor of his voice. He's playing this thing out in the arena. I read today, when I watch other videos to make this video, people saying, well, how can Trump negotiate as a politician, not even president? Well, people, these ain't the normal days either. I get what you're saying. He's doing it. That's all I can tell you. You make a good point. Biden should be doing that and having front page, but Trump is saying it. Okay. Now, as I'm thinking about this, I've done some videos on some of this stuff lately. I want to look at something. I want to show you guys something. We're talking, I don't have those numbers with me. I would have to do it top of my head. I've done some videos where I've shown the hostage release. I want to say, let me do this here. Hostage release, Jimmy Carter, Ronald Reagan, date.
According to Wikipedia, some attributed the decision not to release the hostages quickly to President Carter's failure to immediately deliver an ultimatum to Iran. His initial response was to...
As soon as Carter was being relieved by Ronald Reagan, that's when the hostages were released. Okay? So here's the number. They were taken hostage, oh boy, November 4th, 1979, looks like. And then released January 20th of 1981. That's when Reagan became president. And it was exactly 444 days, of which I've shown that number before. 4 and 4 is 8. You got a 4 left, that's 84. Barack Obama was born August 4th. So let's go with, let's fact double check this here. Ronald Reagan became president when? January 20th, 1981. So yeah, January 20th, 1981. Let's look at a hypothetical, okay, people? January 20th, 1981. Let's take this thing and let's delve a little bit deeper, okay? January 20th. I showed this the other day. They're past 444 days, but it's going to be close. Right now, we're talking 1/7. So, what we got to look at is this. October 7th of 2023. That's when Hamas went into Israel and took the hostages, right? October 7, 2023. Today is 1/7 of 2025. We're talking 458 days. All right? Now, the 20th would be 471 days. But I see something right off the bat. We're talking a year, 316. So if we make this 2023 or 2024, there's that sacrifice number. In other words, October 7th, 2024 will be a year that Hamas went into Israel versus the day of inauguration day when Trump said they better be back. The difference is 316, a sacrifice. This thing deep, y'all. I'll give you the chills just to do the research. But the bottom line is past the 444 days. Right now you're talking 471 days if they're released by the 20th of this month. Let me do that math right quick, then we'll go back on the beaten path, so to speak. 471 minus 444, 27 days more. But you can see history is repeating itself. The question is, will it erupt? People, let's just pray. Now, here's the guy's birthday, the negotiator. March 15th, 1957. This is when Israel became a nation. May 14th, 1948. All right? So, Israel became a nation, anniversary, 5/14/2024. Negotiator's birthday, 3/15/2024. The difference is 8 weeks and 4 days. Who was born August 4th? Barack Obama. That's deep, ain't it? Negotiator's birthday again, 3/15/2026. Next year be his birthday. Versus Donald Trump's birthday this year, 6/14/2025. The difference is 274 days. What does that remind you of? 274 reminds me of this. The sun god, Sol Invictus. Sol Invictus, I've talked about it maybe about 4 or 5 videos so far. This is the sun god that the Romans went back to worshiping in 274. So is this coincidence? Will there be a sacrifice in relation to the sun god is what I'm saying. Joe Biden was here in Chicago on August 19th. He spoke at the DNC. His birthday the year before was November 20th of 2023. When you subtract those 2 dates, you get 274. Watch this.
This is going to blow your mind. On August 19th of 2024, I was at the DNC here in Chicago when President Biden spoke, okay? He spoke with the crowd. Presidential, August 19th, 2024. August 19th, 2024, he spoke. If you take August 19th, 2024, subtract it from his last birthday, not this past month, but last year, 11/20 of 2023, Joe Biden had a birthday. The difference is 274 days.
Now, just so you know, the Phoenicians of old, those who used to worship the sun gods like Ra, the sun god, Baal, Moloch, Satan, all these gods, what they require is that before you can grow in terms of territory, you got to do sacrifices. This is why I'm saying, people, the time is at hand. It will be bigger, allegedly, than hostages. They need sacrifice to move into the one world system to appease these gods. This is how deep this situation is. Now I'm going to segue. It says 274E. 274 CE is when the Roman Empire went back and started doing what? Worshiping the invincible sun, the sun god, Sol Inventus, called the invisible sun. And then I segue off into this situation here. Watch this here.
A commercial with, let me write this down here.
Prince Harry got a tattoo. In fact, I need to find out what's going on. There's some Invictus games coming up, Invictus games. And that's got to be Soul Invictus games, okay? And so he got a tattoo on his neck from the date that the commercial came out showing the tattoo on his neck, which has I am, versus the day that Biden was at the DNC. That's 274 days. Watch this.
Prince Harry did a commercial with this guy here, Jelly Roll, and I covered this. And on the tattoo on his neck it says I am. Okay, I am. To me that's blasphemous. Like God I am, but it's taken from this basketball thing that he's got going on. Anyway, I don't want to get off track. The bottom line is that he got a tattoo, and I'm going to show you a numbers thing that came out in relation to what he did. Watch this here.
I'm Dr. Suarez, a board certified.
See if I got those numbers right. I might have the year wrong, but we'll get it right. We'll figure it out. Here you go.
Subtract that from 8 now. You understand what I'm saying? So it gets deeper, y'all. Watch this. So the day he got the tattoo, 11/19 is when they put out this commercial with Prince Harry.
11/19/2024. 11/19/2024. That's when Prince Harry, they put this commercial out showing me getting a tattoo on his neck.
Getting that marked tattoo. Subtract that from 8/19.
Oh, and the anniversary date of Biden at the DNC, 8/19/2025. Subtract those two dates, comes out to 274.
2025 would be the anniversary that Joe Biden spoke at the DNC. What's the difference in the dates? 9 months, 1 day, or 274 days.
Now you have to ask yourself, what's with all these 274s coming up? It's the last days, people. That's as blunt as I can be. Now, check this out. This is Negotiator's birthday, the guy that Trump introduced. 3/15/2024. That's his last birthday. Versus Inauguration Day, 1/20/2025. The difference, people, this is deep. 312 and 444. 444, I've shown you guys before, there is a photograph out of Jay-Z. And this is what he has, like a crown of thorns, like Christ has on his head. 444. 4 and 4 is 8. So you have 84. Barack Obama was born August 4th. Crown of thorns like Jesus. Is it symbolic? Is sacrifice coming? Is this coincidence? So you have the 444 and you have the 312. What is the 312? When I take Inauguration Day versus the guy who's negotiating the Middle East peace. Okay, you know what 312 is? That was Trump's certification, of which yesterday she verified the Electoral College votes, where he got 312. This is fascinating. My name is Friendshot Pearson. If you like the work, please subscribe. We're going to pray for our nation. A lot going on, people. If you want to contribute to the site, click on Friendshot Blue, click on my face, and then when you get here, click on more, right here. I have Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, and PayPal. I also have a P.O. box. You can mail a love offering there or just pray for me. It's rough because my videos don't get out to enough people. But I appreciate you guys hanging with me. And who knows, maybe I'll do another type of video. Like I said, the criticism I'm getting is that I don't do the videos that, just gossip videos. But hey, maybe I'll do a few, get some new subscribers, and they can watch the biblical stuff. Anyway, God bless you. Be safe and pray. Jesus is coming again. He's coming again. What I've shown you, people, is prophecy. God bless.